Hi everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. I recently saw a video, you probably saw it too, on the Waltz 8. There are many videos on the Waltz 8. This one I found to be problematic because it's not entirely accurate. If we're just meeting, I'm a PSA ranked and rated figure skating coach, including a registered rating in moves or skating skills. This means I passed a verbal rating exam before a panel of 3 master rated coaches. Coaches rated in skating skills or moves need to know the moves inside and out and be able to explain each in detail to the panel of examiners. I had to draw the patterns, identify the edges, steps and turns, and then walk the examiners through the way that I teach the Waltz 8. A rating assures a club, rink, skaters, parents, and the public that a coach is technically qualified to instruct on the level they are rated, regardless of personal background and skating achievement. So I know these moves very well. Knowing the Waltz 8 as well as I do compelled me to make this video. I actually wasn't planning a video dedicated solely to the Waltz 8, as I included in my moves in the field or skating skills test videos. Now, I don't want to call out this creator by name. I think they were very well-meaning. Rather than do a reaction video or something like that, I'm just going to explain the Waltz 8 correctly. Please let this be a lesson to you though. Not everything you see on YouTube, or the internet for that matter, is correct.
Where'd you hear that?
The internet.
And you believed it?
Yeah. They can't put anything on the internet that isn't true.
Where'd you hear that? The internet.
Oh look, here comes my date. I met him on the internet. He's a French model.
Bonjour.
Always check with your own coach before following any advice that you come across online. The Waltz 8 is the 4th and final pattern on the pre-preliminary moves in the field, what will soon be called skating skills test. It also appears on the adult pre-bronze moves or skating skills test as the second to last pattern. Whether you're standard track or adult, this pattern is on the first official skating test you will take. So what exactly is a Waltz 8? This pattern is a carryover from the days of figures, but in moves or skating skills, the circles are slightly larger than they were when we were doing this in figures. You will perform the Waltz 8 using large circumference circles, completing 2 patterns on each foot with control. The Waltz 8 incorporates fundamentals of the basic edges and the forward outside 3 turn in a sequence. The most challenging part of this move is controlling the body's rotation on the prescribed circle. It is fundamental at this point to establish the strength of positions with a developed free skating posture. To execute a Waltz 8, you push to a right forward outside edge from a T position, then hold the edge before performing a right outside 3 turn. The placement of the 3 turn is best described as if you're looking at a clock. It would occur around the 11 o'clock mark, not 12 o'clock. That's a common error. I'm pointing that out because the other video showed it at the 12 o'clock position. I'm gonna get to why that's so important later, so stay with me. This puts you on a right inside backward edge. You hold that edge before pumping to a left outside backward edge at about the 1 o'clock position on the circle. You hold that left outside back edge for 6 beats, which should bring you to the 5 o'clock position on the circle. Now you step to a right forward outside edge using a backward to forward Mohawk, holding the edge for 6 beats to bring you to the 9 o'clock position on the circle. You perform the same moves counterclockwise without stopping, pausing, or any kind of hesitation. You must complete the pattern twice on each foot, clockwise and counterclockwise, repeating it without stopping or touching down your free foot. It differs slightly from figures. You're no longer expect it to perform the tracings precisely on top of each other. You're no longer even required to return to the exact center. That said, you should try keeping them as close as possible so that you maintain an axis. Skating the pattern with control and with an axis is required to pass. This sounds easy enough, right? You probably know how to do reasonably good edges and 3 turns. It should be a piece of cake, but you need to hold each edge for the correct number of beats and at the correct point on the circle, not to mention maintaining that axis. This brings me to the entire reason this pattern is called a Waltz 8. It's called a Waltz 8 and not just an 8 because you're meant to execute it in waltz timing. I told you I would get back to that. Awareness of the waltz timing, which is 3/4, with the correct rhythmic motion, is the passing standard. So that's expected. Now, the other video I saw never mentioned this. That's a critical part of the Waltz 8. The thing is, all the standards and expectations of this pattern require a level of control that, for many of you, you haven't had to demonstrate before. This is also when you may first understand what it truly means to master and enhance your elements. Mastery is when you can perform that skill 8 out of 10 times. When you have mastered a skill, your coach will likely look to enhance that skill by focusing on your form. This is the enhancement phase, when you can place the skill together with other elements. The focus of this pattern is edge quality. With a minimum of subcurves. The judges are looking for some control of the positions and edges when you take your test. Awareness of rhythmic motion, that's waltz timing. Control after your 3 turns. Circles, larger than in figures. Once again, you don't need to return to that center, but you do want an axis. The circle must be cut into approximate thirds. But it is the standard and what is expected of you from the judges. Common errors are difficulty holding the edge after the 3 turn. This is usually caused by the skater putting too much energy into the turn. It can cause the skater to be whipping the turns using their arms, which then causes the skater to put down their free foot to steady themselves. No rhythm or timing. A waltz has a count of 3 beats per measure, and this move has 6 beats per edge. So try to skate 3 beats in each position. Sometimes the back edge is too short or the circle is not cut into thirds. Some skaters have difficulty checking the 3 turns, stepping forward into a backward to forward Mohawk after the back outside edge, controlling the forward outside edge to maintain the axis, upper body rotation control and position. Most of these issues can be easily solved by just not rotating your body as soon as you start your edge. There is time to set the body position on all 3 edges and then rotate. When you get all that down and pass your first test, you will have mastered all the turns, edges, and steps that the Waltz 8 pattern requires. If this video helped you understand the Waltz 8 better, please give it a like and share it with somebody else that you think it could help. You know what? Just post it to your social media too. I post videos every week that can help you with your skating, fitness, nutrition, and ultimately live a better life. So remember to subscribe and ring that bell so that you never miss a video. This is Aimée. Thank you for watching. Happy skating. I will see you real soon. Bye.